This is such a love-hate relationship. I feel like we have an abusive relationship with Joe Burrow. We're like, listen, Joe, we don't want you to get hit. We don't want you to get hurt. We want you to stay healthy. And Joe's like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. So Joe Burrow, during the press conference, was asked about the situation with being able to finally play some preseason snaps, right? He hasn't been able to play preseason at all in his career. So it's like, okay, well, you finally get to play preseason. What are you excited about? I'm going to get the opportunity to get hit. I'm going to have the opportunity to get hit. Joe, that's not what we want to hear. It's not what we want to hear, Joe. Maybe I get hit, maybe I don't. But it's a game. It's scrimmage, but it's live scrimmage. That is the best way to prepare for week 1. I think. We'll see. But I think we are going about it the right way. And it is true, okay? It is absolutely true. You get all the rust off you. You get ready for week 1. You get ready for football. And you're finally back in football. Where, like, yes, practices does give you, somewhat real football back. At the end of the day, you don't really get to play football until you take your first hit and you go against another team that's trying to win. Right? I mean, at the end of the day, no players in practice is ever going to hit Joe Burrow. No matter who's on our defense, no one trying to hurt or hit or in any way smash Joe Burrow, right? It's just not happening. Which is good, because you don't want your franchise quarterback to get smashed in practice. But when you do your joint practices, like we will, obviously, sometime very, very soon, with the Chicago Bears, and preseason games, you do have that concept that kind of speaks its ugly head up, is that, yes, it's contact. Players are going to get hit. Players are going to, hopefully nobody, knock on wood, gets hurt here. But it's just that gets you ready for football. It gets you into the whole system. Okay, we can run these routes full one. We can have a slant route where we throw the ball and we know the guy's going to get hit, but that's how it's going to be in real, when the season comes around. And the fact that these games don't count gives you that kind of mentality of, okay, we can run some creative plays or some unique plays that we might think might not work during the regular season. Let's see if they work in the preseason. And now that we're actually going against people who are trying to beat us, let's see if it works. Because they're going to come out with their best defense and their best guys to try to shut us down. Now we're going to able to see what they can do, right? And I'm hoping my opportunity to get hit doesn't happen. Because my guess is Joe is probably going to play 1 series in the preseason. Maybe 2. That would be cool. But my guess is every single week he'll play like 1 or 2 series. So week 1 he'll play 1 or 2 series. Week 2 he'll probably play 1 or 2 series. Week 3 he'll play 1 or 2 series. So in the end, the most he'll play is probably 6 series this preseason. Might be less than that. It might end up being, again, 3 or 4. But at the end of the day, we'll have to wait and see how much Zach does, put the guys out there. But yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting, and we're hoping to see, some very successful, drives from Joe. Especially, again, first time since his wrist injury, and his first time with real contact, right? Now, again, I will say I am somewhat scared for one said reason, because we talked about this in the video before, but the medical doctors, based on what they say, the surgeons that work on Joe say that him throwing the ball is not going to be when there might be problems. It's going to be when he takes his first hit. When he first takes contact for the first time in a game. That's when we might see some inflammation in his wrist. And there might be some swell-ups. And he said that throwing the ball will not cause that. He could throw the ball 1,000,000 times from, here to Texas, it's not going to cause any problems with his wrist. But the problem is going to be, because keep in mind, again, he tore a ligament from his wrist all the way down to his elbow. So the problem, they said, is when a 300-pound man lands on top of him and hits him and tackles him. And that's when we're going to see the real issues, last problem. And again, chances are there might be some swell-ups. Now, again, at the end of the day, it's not really that big of a deal, as they even said themselves, as long as he manages it, ices it up and takes care of it, there won't be any problems or setbacks. But that's going to be the first chance we see as a potential problem with this recovery journey. So that's why when I hear this statement even more, I get more scared. Because I'm like, I'd rather you not get hit until the regular season, because that's another month of recovery for you to get back to 100%. But again, it's Joe Burrow, okay? Joe has said many times he doesn't feel like he's playing real football until he takes his first hit. This is a guy who is an Ohio F, as Pat McAfee was saying. I'm not going to cuss on the channel, but he's an Ohio F. This guy, he's a tough, gritty guy. He's not a little wussy, okay? He wants to get smashed in the mouth, get up, put his helmet back on, and then throw the ball 60 yards for a touchdown, right? That's how the AFC North is. That's why he is a perfect AFC North quarterback, because he is a tough, gritty type quarterback. I'm actually kind of surprised, if we're being honest here, Josh Allen is the perfect AFC North quarterback. If he ever joined the AFC North, I would hate it, because I still think he's the third best quarterback in the NFL, but he is a perfect AFC North quarterback. Obviously, Big Ben was a perfect AFC North quarterback. Joe Flacco was. Lamar is just, I don't think Lamar is as perfect as, Joe Flacco would have, toughness-wise, Joe Flacco is. Ben is, prototypical. I mean, that man, created the AFC North when it comes to that. But yeah, I mean, Dalton, Palmer, all these guys. So, Josh Allen ever being in the AFC North would scare the crap out of me, because he's so good. But at the same time, it would be a perfect AFC North quarterback. Beside the point. Joe, let's not take any hits, please. Let's play good football, play clean football. We have a great offensive line. We're protecting you for a reason. No stupid hits that could cause stupid problems, okay? We good? We're good? Okay.